Alright, how's it going today, guys? It is a beautiful morning here, and we are going to be working on a distillation tower finally. So, during the live stream the other day, we got a whole lot of things built. One of the main things we did was we built all of these back here. So, we have a whole lot of in-bar tanks. Don't mind these three over here, they're for later. But right now, what we are worried about is this row right here. So we're going to need some burning boxes. So currently we're going to be using solid just because we're doing kind of a temporary thing here at the moment. I'll explain that in a second. Let's get to building this thing. So we're going to need 9 of these heat transmitters. They all go here on the bottom, like that. And then we're going to need our distillation tower controller, which you can see it says main centered on side bottom of tower facing outwards. So that means right there. And if you look at the recipe, we are going to be doing oil. We'll actually be doing raw oil because that is what we have. So this is the recipe we'll be doing. We need 64 HU a tick because this runs off of heat. So we have 2 steel burning boxes down there that will give us our 64 that we need. It'll take about 256 ticks to get done, and our 50 liters of raw oil will turn into 50 liters of fuel, 25 liters of diesel, 25 liters of kerosene, 25 liters of petrol, 25 of propane and butane. These are gases where these are liquids. The gases are going to be what we're going to be using for plastic. We will get into that in a separate video soon. But also, if you have a lighter, this is what you need to fill them with, either one in a canning machine. And then we have 50 liters of lubricant, which you can see is industrial use only and is not flammable. So you can't burn it. A lot of people kind of choose to get rid of this. I would suggest not voiding it, because if you plan to use a bedrock drill, you will need ass tons of this stuff to run a bedrock drill. There are other applications for it, like you can use it in a cutting machine that will lower the amount of time that it takes to run things. You need to give it either water or lubricant. Lubricant is better. Like if we look at, let's find, here we go. So this is a wood 2048 16 128 ticks, and you get 6 wood planks and bark out of it. And if we hit U on that and we go over to the where is the, did I miss it here? Debarker cutter, there we go. So you'll see if we use water, which can be distilled or regular, it's 6144, 384 ticks. But if we use lubricant, it's only 2048 at 128 ticks. So you definitely want to use this for your cutter. And like I said, you'll definitely want to save it up for the bedrock drill later on. Now, after that, you're going to need a stack in 7 of these parts, and you literally just build this thing up solid on every layer, no holes in the center. And before I get up here too high, Let's actually get down here, put some scaffold up here so we can get back down a little bit more safely. And there we go. There is the very last layer. And I still didn't build the scaffold up high enough. Alright, so come on down here, break this. And there is our finished distillation tower. Click it, it tells you that the structure is formed correctly. And if you notice back here on this side, that is all of our outputs, which we do not want coming out that way. So we're actually going to switch this around, and we're going to put that there and that there. And now you'll notice that all of the outputs have been moved over here, which is where we want them. So now any of these bottom blocks can be our input. We're going to put it right there. And we have a drum from down below. We have a oil pool. We don't actually have a spring down there. So we're going to have to find another way of getting our oil eventually, which that's going to be what we use to power this. Is we're actually going to be using the gas that's coming in here. I'm going to make gas burning boxes to put on here, and we're going to use our infinite gas to run our distillation tower. But for right now, we just want to get everything set up. So we're going to open that up like that. And if we hit that, it will say will go vertically. And there is our oil. Now there are 3 solid outputs. They will come out the very bottom one. All of the rest will come out, depending on their density, up the tower. And so we have these nanopole pipes that we're going to run up there. Now, first thing we want to do is deal with our solid output. And we're going to have those go to a chest, which I didn't bring out. We are going to use barrels eventually, which will actually get changed to mass storages rather soon. But we're going to run this pipe into the factory through the ground here, and we'll send it over somewhere. So the solid outputs, just so you know, here is paraffin wax, which doesn't have a whole lot of uses, to be honest. You can make wax nuggets, obviously. You can make polish from extra trees if you have that mod. But there's really not a whole lot of use unless you want to make wax capsules for storing fluids. If you have Buildcraft, you can use it for pipe sealant. And you can generify it to just regular wax, but there isn't a whole lot of use for the wax. You also have asphalt, and yes, these are a chance thing where the fluids are guaranteed. And you have petroleum coke. Now the asphalt, this is really nice because you can make it into asphalt blocks. You just need a little bit of stone dust and the molten asphalt, and it'll make you your asphalt block. And these will actually increase your walk speed. Now, they're not as crazy as concrete was in GT5, but they do make you move a bit faster. So we'll be using that around here. And then the last thing is the petroleum coke, which is literally just a coke, just like any other Coke, you can electrolyze it down to carbon, and it has sulfur in it. You can use it as a dust in your fluidized bed burning boxes. You can use it anywhere basically that you can use regular coal, except you can't use it, from what I see here, in a regular mixer for aluminum. I guess the sulfur content is a problem. I guess the burning mixer will burn out the sulfur, so that's not an issue. But yeah, that's your 3 outputs. So we'll be pumping that out and into there, and let's get this thing going now. I need to get, we're going to go ahead and get it turned on here. There we go. So you'll see the green light is going, and it is running. And I literally put the pipe on the back just so nothing would come out. It'll hold them right here for me. And there are my fluids. Now what we need to do is we are going to grab an empty drum, and we're going to play with some filters. So basically we just want to get a pipe, which we're using these nanopoo rubber pipes here. Make sure we're plenty far away from that burning box. And we're just going to be running this pipe right along the top here of all of our tanks. This took a lot of rubber to make this many pipes. And you'll notice these two have the outputs on the side. That's because they are for the 2 gases. This one down here will be for the lubricant. And now I only have 6 pipes left. I'm actually going to have to make some more. I thought I had this figured out to how many I needed, but apparently I miscounted. Alright, so anyways, we're going to put this on here, and we'll pop that off, and that will give us our lubricant. So now we want that one to be on this very last tank. So we're going to put our 3 fuels, or our 4 fuels on the first 4, our gases here, and then our lubricant back here. So now we've got fluid filters. So we're going to pop that there. We're going to hit that there. Make sure we wrench it to the tank. And then we will drop that. And it is now empty. So now we can run back over here. And we're just going to do this over and over again until we get all of these filtered. So we're doing number 2 now. And this one is our fuel, which we are going to put on this very first tank. There we go. Then we can drop it. It is empty. Number 3. That is our diesel. And I just completely messed that up, didn't I? Put that back on 3. There we go. Now we got some diesel in there. Make sure you do the filter first. Alright, and then we'll pop that on there. Make sure we open it along with that one. And now actually put it there and drain it. Alright, now that was the 3rd. We need our 4th. And this is going to be kerosene. Next one will be petrol. And this is going to be Alright, so that, open, drop, pick it up again. Now that was 4, so now we need 5, correct? We should be on, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that was the bottom one, so that was 5. Lose track real quick on this thing. I thought the 2 top ones were the gases, so that one, and then that is the petrol, and I just completely missed that jump. Alright, so that one's done. This is the one we need to do. And we'll go get our gas. Shoot that one. Now, if these are lighter than air, we need to put them underneath for putting them into the tank. The pipe doesn't care, so we can run it here. So now if we put this here, yeah, it is empty, so butane is not lighter than air. And then we'll grab our very last one. And this is our propane. And we will throw it right there. Set that, open that. Double check that I opened each one. Sometimes I forget that. As you can see, since I did 3 of them. Alright, and then we will just run this pipe right up like that. And since we are a little bit short, we will only be doing those. I will make 3 more here in a minute. So we connect all of those, and we will now have our fuel going in, our diesel going in. Now, with this, we're going to be able to change over from burning boxes to engines for anything that's rotational power. So this will be a great change. Now, for anybody that wants to kind of rush this and doesn't want to build the distillation tower, you can do oil in a distillery. I will show you this here. I know some people don't enjoy the burning boxes, so you can make lubricant, by the way, later on with redstone and oil. You can do it with other, like creosote, stuff like that. So if you need lubricant for your bedrock drill later on, you can make it this way. You might remember that recipe from GT5. You can burn the oil directly in a liquid burning box. 384 GU. Just remember that you really get a lot more out of it if you distill it. So I try not to burn it, but if you have a infinite bedrock springs, it might be a good idea early on. But here is the distillery recipe. So it's 50 liters to 25 fuel and 25 lubricant. That's the only fuel you can get out of it. And you notice it's half, where if you do the distillation, it is 1 for 1. Actually 1 for 2, actually, because you get 50 and 50 out of 50. And just so you know, the different oils give you different amounts. So like heavy oil will give you more fuel, more lubricant, but less on your gases. Your but that's very heavy. Heavy fuel, basically same thing, just a little bit less than the very heavy. Then you have your light oil, which gives you less on your liquid fuels, more on your gases. And then you have the raw oil, which is just like medium range. And then you have oil. This is from Buildcraft, I do believe. And you have soul sand oil. Oh, excuse me. Which you can get out of soul sand, obviously. And it is heavy on lubricant and low on about everything else. So if you really want lubricant, or if you have issues finding oil, you can always use soul sand oil and get you into these. One of the reasons why people might want to rush the getting fuel is because you can use that, like I said, in an engine, which will give you 512 versus the oil, which is 384 in a diesel engine. But you can also use it in a catalytic cracker to make ethylene and propylene, which is what's used to make plastic. So that's actually going to be what we're going to be doing coming up very soon. We're going to be working on probably titanium processing in the very next video, and then we will be doing plastic after that. The reason why you may want to rush plastic is because of the need for plastic for circuits. So for anything that you need a circuit for, which is many, many different things, you're going to need plastic. And I know some people like to rush that kind of stuff, so I just wanted to let you guys know it is an option. It's not my style, so I won't be doing it, obviously, since I just built the distillation tower. But some people enjoy that, so I wanted to let you know that is an option. And I'm going to go ahead and finish getting these pipes hooked up here. So it looks like I am still short one pipe, which we're actually just going to pop that up there. And that'll take care of that last one. Hopefully that doesn't bite me in the ass and one of the other fluids go into that pipe. But I'll make another one and make it proper so we don't have to worry about that. But there you go. There is all of our fluids coming out of there. I'm going to go ahead and grab what we have for the solids so I can go and make a dust for each one of them to put in a barrel. And I will let you guys go for today. Just want to let you guys know that during the making of the video talking about ores, I had a fun little time with gas. And there's a video I made of the fun I was having, which you may have noticed at the very beginning of that video, alluded to with the way I started that. And it is on our Patreon right now for them. If you'd like to see that before it is released, feel free to check out our Patreon. I usually don't like to hawk that kind of shit, but I figure every now and then it ain't gonna hurt. So that is an option. There are occasional videos that pop out and you can get access for like $1 a month. But the video will be coming out here. I only leave it to patrons only for about a week. So you guys should be seeing it soon. And that's it. Have a good one. Take it easy. Catch you next time.